would you say if I were to wake you up right now to tell you that there is an infusion on fashion and music? You'd say it's a lie, right? That's what is happening right here. We have lists of amazing artists, you know, phenomenal jazz players, and of course, it's an amazing time to be alive. You can feel the moment, you can feel the whole atmosphere. It's buzzing, it's amazing. I couldn't even believe myself that I'm here. It's an amazing time to be here, and we're about to round it up. The whole auditorium is buzzing. It speaks class, it speaks sophistication. This is not just fashion, it is bringing world music, an infusion of fashion to life. This is iBrand Television and my name is Omle Adebayo.
When it comes to jazz, you know, we have a, like, you know, the niche, it's not a caucus, it's not a cult. It's just an acquired taste of sound, acquired taste of listening, so really and truly, so yes, wonderful. When you're in your territory, your turf, you fly.
Here to listen to Wynton Marsalis, but I've been part of the Runway Jazz for many years, and I think this year is probably the ultimate in what we've done. Obviously, we hope to get better and better every year as we've done, but I think it's going to be very special. We have a great jazz musician, a very global, eminent jazz musician playing tonight, and looking forward to a great evening. You know.
What's your view on the fusion between jazz and fashion?
Yeah, we're going to find all that out tonight. But I think the beauty thing is not just fusion jazz and fashion, it's fusion jazz, fashion and art, because there's a lot of art around here today. And I think two things about that. It is about the expression of the human capabilities on one hand, and also I think it's an expression of what we are very good at on this continent. We're good with music, you know, good with very expressive music. We're good with our hands in terms of what we do in terms of art that has gone over many years. And we're certainly very creative in fashion, as you can see. We're redefining things around the world. So I think the fusion of that tonight and coming in and seeing the whole environment tuned in that way, so sight and sound and stuff like that, I think it should be a good evening.
Always a wonderful time being among friends, colleagues, you know, industry, celebrities, to come unwind, to come relax, to come, you know, to have a little bit of fun. They just throws a lot of hassles at you. So once in a while, it's good to come to events like this, to come and, you know.
Well, I feel excited to be here. My friend is the organizer, so we need to be here to support the great work that he's doing. Okay, so as part of what we stand for tourism. And if you are talking about tourism, I think Runway is part of bringing bringing music into tourism. So what they're doing here today is a celebration. So you have been able to gather different kind of minds coming together. So the same thing you do under tourism. So it's going to be a great idea, you know, moving the state forward.
You have to be dogged. Let nobody deceive you. If you're not dogged, and if you're not ready to take the pain, forget it. You got to be dogged, and you got to stick to your guns, and you got to believe that yes, no matter what, no matter how long, it will eventually pay off. Exactly. Actually, let me see. I go back because I'm coming from the theater. So you see me being so theatrical on stage is not intentional. I'm coming from the theater, and because I have to interpret my song, that's the only way I can explain how so my storytelling, etc., etc. Must animation. I'm such an animated person. So that's basically it. By 1990, we were to do Checkmate. Do you remember Checkmate? I don't know if you remember Checkmate. 6 months, about between April, May, June. No one called us. Late Amaka Igwe did not call us on time until about November. When she called us by November, I had joined a group, a band called Alex O and the Caution Band. That's how I became a singer. And the money then was 300 naira. That's the first time. 300 naira for a job, for one hour.
Amazing. We're expecting the best jazz trumpeter in the world. He came with 28 of his orchestra band from Lincoln Jazz Center Orchestra in the US, in New York in particular. So be expectant. You have a fusion of real core jazz. If you've never enjoyed jazz before, this is the day.
Everything you put your hand, when them go open doors, you self you go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand, when them go open doors, you go be a boss. Amen. Amen. This is the way one man sees, and see what they find with it. Tenants we don't lose the job. Landlords come they do like God. One day you go be landlord. Amen. Amen. Good news go locate you. Watch and see it not go take. If you believe it, say amen. Oh. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand, you then go open doors. You self you go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Everything you put your hand, you then go open doors. You self you go be a boss. Amen. Amen. Let the music.
Okay, well, I grew up listening to a little bit of jazz, a little bit of country music, and I've always, grew up into, songs like that. We're in an era where there's a lot of noise in music. Just like I was telling one of your colleagues, there's so much bam bam giddy and all those things. So when events like this are created where matured minds, and that's not to denigrate any culture, not the Gen Zs, not the millennials, but those of us within the sector where we grew up listening to things like this, where we can come back and reminisce on old times, reminisce on the kind of songs we grew up listening to. It can only be better. I'm glad to be at events like this.
This is not just fashion. This is the arts. This is craft. This is amazing artwork. This is out of this world. Yeah, there's been a couple of, here and there coming in to get some passes. It's been, I tell you, quite stressful. However, we're here now and we've had fun. It's been exciting so far. We've learned a lot from the speeches to the buzz to the atmosphere. Everything is gliding and I'm super excited to be here. My name is Omlara Debayo and this is iBrandTV. Cheers.